Today, I'm teaching you how to turn that messy brainstorming document into a page-turning plot that readers will absolutely love. And if you doubt my credentials, I just did this for a fourth time in my upcoming cozy academia mystery romance, Inheritance of Ink, which is coming August 4th. So, I've been around the block. Writer's block, that is. Let's get into the video. You want to start by researching your genre and exactly what the shape and structure of stories in that genre look like. This is because the structure of your story is the framework you're going to hang all those loose ideas on to start to create an actual story. And in case you're curious, this is Lord Snuggles, and he is just as soft as he looks. Going back to the baking analogy I used earlier, plot structure is basically like the recipe, so it's going to make sure that you have the right ingredients and the right amounts of each ingredient. Now, I've never written a mystery before, so when I started writing Inheritance of Ink, I did research on what the plot looks like. Typically, I use the same plot outline structure for all my books. That's what I've used to write my Christian fantasy trilogy. But with Inheritance of Ink, I had to look up a mystery plot structure, and I used that one instead to kind of make sure that I was hitting the right beats. Your first step is to start broad with the big, huge beats, like what are the main things that happen, and then you can slowly get more specific. So, for example, what's the spark that starts the whole story? For Inheritance of Ink, it's a stolen manuscript that ends Neelius in some very hot water at the university where he's accused of the theft. That obviously forces him to confront some things and work together with Seraphine to solve the case, and it's super cute. But I didn't know all of that initially. I was just trying to make the story come together with those simple ideas. I wanted a mystery, that there was a romance, the characters would come together, there was something that was stolen, and then kind of went from there. You need to know the spark that starts your story and the direction you plan to head, and then you can fill in the details from largest plot points to smaller detail. Now, even if you're a pantser, meaning you don't write by plot, but just by vibes, you want to still have at least an outline, like a general rough idea, because you need to know the direction and the shape of your story. But if you're very type A and you need to know every single detail like me, then you're going to want a chapter outline as well. Essentially, chapter outlines for me are just bullet points that I fill in at the start of each chapter that explains what needs to happen in that chapter. And the best part of a good chapter outline, you guys, is that you don't have to face a blank page. You just copy your bullet point into your drafting document and booyah! You just fill it out as you go. But that's just my opinion. You don't have to, take my word for it.
I'm just a 4-time self-published author, so why would you listen to me?
What was I even talking about? Another huge benefit that I have found when I do chapter outlines is that I can dig into plot holes a lot easier, and I can also find like things that don't work, which is a lot better than drafting several thousand words only to realize that an idea won't work. Deleting like 6 bullet points is so much less painful than like moving 3 chapters of hard work, like a week's worth of writing or something, into my dustbin on my computer. It's very depressing. So, for me, that saves so many tears and heartache, even though I do still have to struggle through the plot holes. But if you're struggling with plot holes, then don't you worry, because that's the next topic we're covering. I've never written a mystery before, and there were so many things I had to learn and figure out how to do, and a lot of them was just closing plot holes. But thankfully, I have a lot of experience with plot holes because I had to pull together a full fantasy trilogy that I wrote before this, and it was even worse. I'm going to share my tips for resolving those plot holes and for doing so without losing your mind. Tip number 1, more world building. Often the solution for a more complex issue just comes down to adding more world building or deepening the culture in your story. If a plot point seems unreasonable or you can't really identify why it would have to happen a certain way, then give it a reason. You literally have the power to do that because this is your world. So add a reason, create some cultural context for the plot issue that's giving you trouble, and see if that helps flesh out the idea anymore. You've got a battle that's supposed to happen in a rocky plain, but that's just not going to be the good terrain. Make it a desert instead. No one's the boss of you. Who's going to stop you?
You're the boss here.
Tool number 2 is character motivation. A big part of plot holes is just readers wondering, why would a character want to do that in the first place? So ask yourself that question before your readers to get to that point. Even your villains think they're the hero of their story. Every character has a reason for what they're doing, and you need to dig deeper and find out what it is. The third tool is one I use all the time, and it cannot be recommended enough. It's also great for writer's block, and that would be take a step back. As lame as this sounds, sometimes all you need is just to think about something else for a while. Our brains do a lot of subconscious problem solving for us while we're engaged with other things. So just take some time to consume your favorite stories, spend time with people who fill you, and do the other hobbies that you enjoy. Tool number 4 is to talk it out. This is probably my most used tool in solving plot holes. Now, when I wrote Inheritance of Ink, it's partially inspired by my mom's and my shared love for mystery stories. So I did a lot of talking to her about my plot holes for this book. It's amazing just how many times I would sit down with my mom and be like, there's no way this will work. It's impossible. And tell her all the reasons. And by the time I got to the end of telling her the reasons it wouldn't work, I had figured out how I would make it work. Anyone who knows me will tell you about at least one time when I was just yapping to them about my story and I went, I know what I'm gonna do. So thank you to all those people. Talk to a writing friend or a critique partner that you trust and just try to get those thoughts out there so that you can start to figure out solution. I hope you'll stick around and subscribe because this series is only halfway done and we have so much more to learn. Plus, Inheritance of Ink coming August 4, which you can pre-order through links everywhere. It's everywhere, guys. Caption, description, my page. You can't miss. Anyway, if you want to pre-order, that's where you can go. Until next time, stay kind, courageous, and curious. See you later.